Let me ask you something. Would you ingest poison knowing that you're ingesting it? Knowing that it can change your life or that you can die taking it? Probably not, right? It might sound funny, but that's what heroin is poison. Heroin is changing people's lives. It's taking their lives on a daily basis. It doesn't matter if you're young, old, poor, rich, homosexual, or heterosexual. Heroin doesn't have a preference. According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, 128 people overdose every day by using opioids. It's become a public health crisis. Today I'll be speaking more about heroin addiction. My name is Dina Pedro. Thank you for watching. So you might be asking yourself, what is heroin? Heroin is an illegal substance derived from a resin of a poppy plant, which is ironic because it's just a plant, yet it can cause so much damage. It is also classified as an opiate. You can inject it, snort it, and smoke it. It's also referred to as chasing the dragon. They call it this because people who take it the first time are going to get this euphoric effect, and I've heard that it's really amazing, so they're going to try to get that same effect, but they will never get it back. It's just a one-time thing. That's how they get hooked on it, and most of the time they go on and they go on trying harder drugs. Sometimes it's mixed with fentanyl, so it causes overdose and people die from it. According to the National Survey of Drug Use and Health, heroin addiction is trending right now from ages from 18 to 25 at 60%. But if you see here, little kids as young as 12 years old are suffering from drug addiction at 30%. It's just so bad. These are some of the effects of heroin. Some of these short-term effects is nausea, severe itching, unconsciousness, dry mouth, and euphoria. Long-term effects can be collapsed veins, abscesses, mental disorders, sexual dysfunction in men, and irregular menstrual cycles in women. Here are some images of a YouTuber that I watch. Her name's Taylor Nicole Dean. She's been suffering from heroin addiction not that long ago. I believe it was last year when she shared her story. Right here it shows where she started getting a lot of pimples, and more than likely they pick at them because they get obsessed with anything, with any little thing. So they create scratches, and usually they get infected, and it creates the abscesses. And right here it shows her hand swollen because she was so addicted that she started using the same syringes because she just wanted to get high. And one of these syringes had cotton in it, and it got into her vein, and it caused her to get an infection and swollen hands, and it collapsed her vein pretty much. And right here, she also shared an image of her restroom. She had barely gotten this new home, this beautiful new home, and she destroyed it completely. As you can see here, there's syringes everywhere, there's spoons where she's been doing it, and the sink is full of blood. So she showed us that it doesn't matter if you're poor, if you have all this money, the drug is going to take over you, and it doesn't matter. Heroin addiction treatments. There's a withdrawal and detox treatment. According to the SAMHSA, 80% of detoxification treatments are used with medications. It is combined with relapse prevention. One of the drugs they use is it's Suboxone and methadone. When they use these drugs, it just depends on the person's addiction. Like if they're very addicted to it, they're gonna need higher doses of these medications. But if once you start weaning off of it, they start decreasing the medication as you go until you're like completely off of them. There's also inpatient and outpatient behavioral treatments. These places or rehabilitation centers, they either take you in or you can do it at your own home. But most of the time, it's based on income. So if your insurance can afford it, you're probably more than likely be an inpatient. So you are gonna live there, and the quality of the places is just depending on how much you can afford. They will help with therapy sessions. They will help with food, shelter. Once you're ready to get out, you can They help you find a job. They help you rebuild your life, in other words. They also help with recovery. And when you're at home, people will go to you, counselors will go to you, and they will speak to you, and they'll give you therapy sessions. They'll keep prescribing your medication as you go. It just depends on the income that you can provide. This was my presentation on heroin addiction. Thank you so much for watching.